Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Retro Gaming with Hopper. Today we're going to work on a Tekken 3. Yes, I'm out at the house today. Should say this evening I'm out at the house because I don't have any room at the store to work on these. I'm kind of filled up with stuff at the store, so I picked this one up and I was told that there was no red, and as you can see, you know, got a really dark area here on the screen, and it kind of flutters in and out, and no red. This machine it'll never go back out on location. This one is going to be strictly for home use. You know, the cabinet, you can see there's a big piece out of the cabinet, and there's a piece of T-molding, which I'll replace and put T-molding on this. And the sound keeps going in and out on it, so we'll have to address that as well. But you know, the cabinet, besides that, and the front piece here is, as you can see, is loose. And I don't know, somebody worked on this, put the hinge on backwards. So we'll fix that hinge. And what they had done was they put two big steel brackets down in there to hold this, because it's all busted out and broke out here. So we'll take off this whole panel and reinforce this back in here. We'll get this all put back together the way it should be. Get that hinge put on. But the first thing we need to do is get that monitor fixed and working properly. Now, when I got this, I wasn't told that the monitor wasn't bolted in. It was missing all the 4 bolts that hold that monitor down. Here, 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 and here. So I laid it down, and let's go around the back side here. So when I got it home and got it out, we stood it up, and that monitor just kind of flopped around in there, and I was like, oh crap, what now? Well, the monitor itself had hit the back with the back end glass, and the trim is all sitting there, and it had pulled the neck board off, and all the pins were bent, and I could have swore it was cracked, but it was just a piece of silicone that was leaning, a little string of silicone that was lining up in there, and I thought for sure it was cracked and we were done for on that. But nope. Straightened out the pins, got the neck board on, checked everything out and plugged it in, and thank God it worked. Monitor come up, and it's doing exactly what he said it was doing. Now, the other thing is, I know there's been tons of people in this thing, or at least somebody else has been in here, because the game board is just kind of flopping there. So we'll get a couple more stanchions on that and get that fixed up too. And the monitor board, you can see those bolts are just kind of hanging there. And down in the bottom were the 2 little plastic, these little stands here that go right under the bolts, here and here. And they didn't put it back in the cradle. It goes in and hooks in, and then you put it down and you put the bolts in and you secure everything down. So the board itself, as you can see, it's just kind of just flopping in there. So we'll get that all put back together. The first thing I want to do on this is I'll pull the boards out of this and put a cap kit in it. I'll test the red, green, and blue transistors or MOSFETs up here on the neck board and make sure those are good. I'll make sure all that's good, and we'll put her back in and see if we have anything. Hopefully that cures our problem and we don't have to replace any MOSFETs. But I'm saying we're going to have to replace MOSFETs to get our red back. I think the cap kit will fix some of the problems with the screen, like maybe the blurriness of it and maybe get rid of that dark area. And the problem with this is I'm not sure what monitor is in this. I can't find anything on this board, no markings anywhere. We have this diagram over here showing us what these little guys are for. You know, your vertical, your horizontal, and your red, green, and black in and out, and all that, vertical hold and all that stuff, the brightness, all those adjustments. I'm not sure. We have 5 of them, 6 of them up here, which those are the decent spots that normally hold up pretty well. And once I get the neck board back off and I get everything out of there, I can look and see if we can tell what individual ones are for. The only thing I can find on this monitor is Zenith on the tube. Now, I'm not real familiar with this age. I'm not sure if Zenith built, you know, the board and everything. This one has an isolation transformer on it, plus the flyback. So we'll see what happens. You know, sometimes the volume, the sound works great, and other times it cuts in and out. So we'll have to address and see what's going on there. But back to the monitor. And from the looks of it, I'm thinking that somebody may have replaced this with a different monitor. But they would have had to put in the whole chassis and everything for this to fit, or they really had a problem down here, because as you can see, right down in there, I'm going to stick my finger in anything, we have a bunch of butt connectors and connectors that are connecting all the wires together. So either something's been changed, or had a mouse, had vermin problem. Plus, you know, we have our ground wire, which is just kind of wrapped around under a screw, which normally it's either put on the board itself with a slide-on connector. But everything's grounded properly, and as you can see, you know, everything's here. Our power supply was good. Because like I said, the guy just told me that there was no red in the monitor. Didn't tell me that the monitor wasn't secured, or I wouldn't have laid it down. It was just easier to put it in the truck, laying it down, and then bringing it home that way, instead of laying it down, standing up, whatever. Because the truck I had at the time to go pick this up didn't have a ramp or a lift gate, so it was easier to just lie down and push it up in. But like I said, I do have everything for this, so I'm pretty sure we can get this one straightened out. Like I said, the cabinet's not the greatest, so it'll never go back out on location, but it's perfect. I mean, this is just perfect for home use. Which a lot of my stuff that I do repair do go out to home use. They don't go back out on location. I put a lot of this stuff, just put it together, get it nice, working properly to be in home use. And there will be videos coming up on this. And this little guy here, Goose is Wild, there'll be videos coming up on that. The little monitor sitting back there, I have to rebuild it. If you watch that video, when you put that monitor in there, you turn it on, all you get's the beeping noise, which is usually dead monitor, that there's problems with the monitor or there's a problem with the board. The monitor's easier right now just to pull out, put a cap kit in, but that's for another day and another video. I do have the key for this, and I'll bet you I locked it. Yeah, I did. Now I gotta find the key. Where? Oh yeah, I put the key inside. Now I know this was somebody that had this before was using it for home use, because that right there is your start button, or your coin button. See, they took the wires off of that and just put it on that button. You push that a couple of times and you bring up credits, and then you can play. But the weird thing about this is two coin doors. I think somebody added a coin door. Corn door. Okay. Let's start over. I think somebody put a coin door, extra coin door on this, because usually these have a coin door on one side and your box door on the bottom, and then you'll have a bill validator. But I may be wrong, because they would have had to have changed out everything and put a box. I don't know, maybe this one did. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there's no lock on that one. Now I see. One side we have tokens, 2 tokens. The other side we have quarters. So this one, they did put the coin door on this one, fix this one up so you can run quarters on one side and tokens on the other. That way you can get the money from them little grubbers, no matter what. You can use their tokens or use their quarters. So let's pull that board. Man, I'm not real thrilled with that, but hopefully, and you can see it is pretty. It's not really in focus. It's not a nice crystal clear like this should be on that 25. It's probably a low res monitor that's in that. But like I said, I have no idea what monitor it is. So let's get started. I'll pull them boards out and we'll take a look at the boards and see what we have on the board for that monitor, and see if we can spot anything right off anyway. But I'm still going to put a cap kit in it and see if we can't clear some of this up. At least that'll get us a starting point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got the board out for the monitor, and I was checking everything out, just kind of looking at some things first of all. And as you can see, oh, come on, there we go. I got one cap there. It's all bloated on the top, so we know that's a leaker. And then this one back here is just starting to get bloated. I don't know if it's bad or not, but you can feel that it's getting humped up in the middle, so I know that one isn't the greatest. So I'll go ahead and put a cap kit in this. This one looks like, this one I think has already been changed. Let's see. No, it hasn't, because it still has the factory glue around it. Silicone, whatever you want to call that gunk. I think a couple of these other ones may have been. But we're going to go ahead and change them out. I don't know if I'll do all the little ones. I'll get these main ones. There's one back in here. I'll get him too. And I went ahead and tested our transistors, MOSFETs, whatever anybody wants to call them. I don't care. I tested all 3 of these. They all test out good. And I tested out the big resistors. Those were all good as well. So I had to order caps in for this, which to me it'll be about a week or so before I get them in. For you it'll be instant. It'll only be 5 or 10 minutes. That's the beauty of video. Everything else looks pretty good on the board. I'm going to put a cap kit in it first, and then we're going to try it and see what we come up with. Hopefully, I'm kind of hoping that dark spot along the side is not the flyback. the flyback's bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one for this or not. I may have to change out monitors in this, which I have a good one. See, this one has an isolation transformer on it. So, and you can see, warning, isolation transformer must be used. So we'll have to do that. Now, hopefully the flyback's good. I'd like to put a new one in it, but finding that devil, I think, is going to be kind of a bad problem. And yes, I have one of my little helpers is in here climbing around on everything. And I went ahead, and as you can see, I pulled the control panel off of it. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to reinforce this, put a board all the way across here so I can drill and bolt it down. I'll do the same up top. We'll put a couple of these on either side, and we'll get that fixed up so we actually have some place to bolt down the control panel. We'll get that straightened out. Why I'm putting this all the way straight across is, as you can see, we have a crack here in the cabinet, and at least I can reinforce that. I will glue this down first and put screws through. So do I have? Yeah, I got one right here. We'll run them in. So we'll reinforce this pretty good. And that'll help a lot with our control panel. Because the problem is with these cabinets is what I have found, I don't know about anybody else, but every time you go to move one of these big cabinets, the first thing you want to grab onto is the control panel and lift up and start moving this cabinet around. Well, that's what happens. You break everything out on these. See, both sides. We'll glue and screw boards on 2x2s is what I'm using. I know it's a little overkill, but I'll feel good about it. We'll glue and screw them in. That way we can lag to it. So if somebody does want to keep wrenching and reefing on the control panel to move this around, we might have a half a chance of keeping it all together. Plus, like I said, it's cracked here, so this will help reinforce it by gluing this backboard on. And I got the stanchions and all that for the boards, and we can get that squared away, and so it's not flopping around. And that's about all I have right at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work some more on getting this put together. And hopefully by the time I get this all squared away, maybe, just maybe, our caps will be in and we can fix that board sitting over there on my bench. So let me get to this, and then we'll come back and I'll give you progress and what else is going on. And there's my little helper. Yeah, he comes out here with me. Oh, there's my other one. And let's see. Oh, don't mind my garage. I got all kind of crap in here. I got this in the mail. I kind of won an auction. So for any of you people that are Lionel Train fans, let me see. You got the tender here, distressed, which that's what I'm looking for. I like them distressed because then they look more authentic on your track. This is a Whistler tender, and I got a big 2055, which This is a 464 engine. Now I'm not sure if this works yet. I just got it home and I just put it in a box, left it in the box, and I haven't done anything. I got to test him out, but that's just kind of a hobby I have. Another hobby I have is just collecting Lionel. And if anybody else likes the Lionel, maybe that'll be some interest to you. So hey, let's get back to work on this Tekken. Enough of the screwing around. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I got my reinforcement someplace where we can bolt down the control box. Got them on the sides, glued them, 2 screws in the front, screws, and glued. So I guess you could say it's glued and screwed. Same over here. Got my holes drilled. And there. That way when we put the box on, we can bolt everything down and make that tight. And I'm hoping that this way I got this all done, so if somebody goes to pick it up by the box underneath, it won't break loose. Because like I said, everybody always wants to, every time you go to move these things, everybody wants to grab them here in the front under the box and lift up, and it just starts breaking everything down. And I made it so big because, like I said, the front panel here is cracked. We got a big crack up through there. So with this glued and screwed, we should reinforce that, and we shouldn't have any more problems with that. Now the box itself, I took them stupid stickers off of it, bolted the hinge on the way I'd like it to be bolted on the inside, or on the outside here with carriage bolts, and then we're going to come up through the bottom of the control panel instead of it being out on the end. That out on the edge, that just looked like hell. But I'm going to sand this down and give it a coat of paint, see if I can't get some of this crap and flaws off of it that you know, this thing's probably been painted 100 times or more. And as you can see, they didn't do a very good job of sanding it down, so it's pretty bad. It looks kind of rough. I'm going to try and make it the best I can. Sanding it down may not be, I'm not going to get everything out of it. In fact, I probably won't get much, but I can sure make it, I think I can make it look better. We'll see. That big old bolt that was in here holding those brackets on the inside, I'll sand this down and probably just paint it and leave the hole. I mean, we're not going to make this thing gorgeous. Same with this side. I'm still not totally convinced that this is the original cabinet for this Tekken 3. I did notice that there's a TD row sticker on the inside, but it does, it says Tekken 3 kit. So I'm thinking that this was a kit put into this cabinet. The monitor itself on the back side, like I said, is a Zenith, but I found a date on the monitor which is 1974. And if I'm not mistaken, I know somebody will correct me, but I think Tekken 3 came out in 96. So this could be an older cabinet. Like I said, we just have the small Tekken 3 sticker on the outside of the case there. Looks like the case used to be white. And if you look way down yonder here, there's a line here. So I'm thinking that the rest of there's still a sticker or decal, whatever you want to call it, overlay on this cabinet of what this used to be. You can't see anything, you know. I looked really to see if there's any outlines, but there is a white, as you can see. So who the hell knows what this used to be or was, but now it's a Tekken 3, and like I said, it's a Tekken 3 kit. And there's just a lot of different things. The main board, there's a harness in here for 4-player. Just the way the JAMA board is mounted, it's just, you know, it's different than what I'm pretty sure used to be in here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work on this control box and see what I can come up with. I put the hinge on, that way when I paint it, I can paint the heads of the carriage bolts, make it all black. These big ass ones bolts, I have no idea what those were for. I mean, it's just a big carriage bolt through the box with a nut on the back side. And you can see the one down below, one on either side, so who knows. The brackets they used to reinforce the box the first time, those are the 2 brackets that were here and here for the security bar. They were there. So somebody just had the bright idea, okay, well, there's a couple brackets we're not using, let's just use them. Instead of, you know, doing it right by just, you know, it's pretty easy to repair this, so you have a solid base to bolt to. Like I said, it might be a slight overkill, but hey, I know it's gonna work out. So we're still waiting on our cap kit. Well, the caps for that, for the monitor. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's having fun. So I'm still waiting on the caps for that, because I had to order them individually because I couldn't find a name on that monitor. And so I couldn't order just a cap kit. So it's easy just to order in a bunch of caps, because you're going to end up using them in these monitors anyway. So let's get busy on this box and let's see if we can't get it looking a little bit better than what it is. Okay, as you can see, I got it all sanded down. Got a lot of the marks out of it. This is a hell of a dent here, so it's just gonna have to be what it is. Sanded the bottom, got it all cleaned up as well. I know you're asking yourself and asking me, well, why are you gonna paint the bottom? Nobody's gonna see it. Well, I'm gonna paint it because then I know it's done. Now we got almost all the little nicks and garbage out of it. You know, the corners are all beat to hell, so that's just gonna have to be the way it is. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time. I'm not trying to make this perfect. I'm just trying to make it very presentable and make it look very nice in somebody's man cave or whatever they want to do with this, because this one will never go back out on location. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and we're going to see how that turns out, and then we'll come back and take a look at it after I'm done painting it. After getting everything all bolted in, I got the panel up on there. You can see I got that all painted. I'm not really thrilled about it, and I'm probably going to go ahead and redo it. You can see where the wood kind of shows through here, where I sanded the paint off of it, and there's some dry spots on it, so, and all along the bottom there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and redo that. Not happy with it. And after I got the control panel all bolted up on there, you know, I don't like the way it looks. It's just, you know, we got holes in the big hole in the plexiglass, and things filthy, and I know that's not gonna clean up and look. Big thing is it's busted, got some cracks in it. So I'm gonna go, I ordered some plexiglass. I'm gonna redo that. And see, the problem was, I got my overlay all taken off, and I saved it. You can see the holes are kind of broken down from time and play. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new panel. I didn't really want to, because I don't know how good it's going to come out. I'm not the greatest when it comes to that, but we're going to give it a try. And to dress this up, to make it look better all the way around, I ordered some molding. I can't cut the groove in there for T-molding, so I got a channel molding. It's just going to fit right over here, and it'll be back up here on the panel, probably about 1/8 of an inch or so. So that'll dress that all up really nice. And I think I can get this cleaned up. Clean the top. See, there's a lot of dirt laying on it. I'll get the back cleaned up. You can see it's been painted a few times while the overlay was on it, and the paint went right underneath. But I'll get this wood cleaned off of here so it'll lay flat, and our overlay here where the wood was busted down will lay down flatter once I get all the controls back on it. As you can see, you know, you have your hole for your joystick, but on this panel there's 4 holes. So I know this panel wasn't actually made for this game. This was probably taken off of another game and cut down to work on this. Like I said, this was a kit. And my battery's running low. So we're going to leave it right there, and I will get started on the new panel. Alright, my battery's running down on here, and I think this video's been long enough. So look for the next video when I get this panel all completed, and we're still going to rebuild that monitor. It's over there on my bench, the boards and all that, and I think a lot of my caps are in, so I can get busy on that as well. So thanks for watching this, and hopefully you stuck around all the way to the end for this cool arcade machine video. So until next time, see ya.